Hello, in this video I will show you how to authenticate a user using the OIDC SSI solution. Everything is open source and hosted on GitHub. So for the demo I set up this Gaia-X portal that shows this wallet integration. In the back there is the OpenID Connect SIOP flow for presentation exchange implemented. So this will now redirect me to my SSI wallet. This is in this case a web wallet, and for the demo purpose I set up an account. So you can also use this. It's called os-ok@example.com. You can basically use any password for the demo. You can log in and then you can review this credential that's requested. So I populated this already. It's a participant credential and it holds some data like a domain name and Ethereum address. And this I'm going to present to the portal by sharing it. And here a lot of things happen in the background, but this is actually the result. So the protocol performed an DID-OAuth challenge response protocol. Then the credential was wrapped in a presentation. The verifier presentation was transferred to the verifier that's running in the back end of this portal. And this was processed. And this is now the output. You see the data that was gathered by this presentation. So there's the DID, there's the program name, like I mentioned before, the domain name and this Ethereum address. So the portal can now use this data as it wishes, and furthermore this data was now authenticated. And this is basically the result. So the signature was verified, and the signature of the presentation as well as of the credential was verified. So the DID of the holder as well as the DID of the issuer were resolved from the underlying ledger, and the public key was fetched out of this decentralized identifier, and then the signature of the credentials were verified. Yeah. Then in the scope of the protocol, the challenge was verified as well as the VP token claim. And finally, we added a custom policy that also validates the Ethereum address. And all of this was true. So we can say we can establish an authenticated session. So we get a session token that can be used further on in the portal. And also we could claim that this DID that was presented is authentic and as it could be verified. So this was obviously the successful use case. I'll start. I also will show you now a credential that's not valid. I'll connect again, and here I set up the account offail.example.com. Again, any password can be entered here. It is a very similar credential that I'm going to share, but you see at the bottom the Ethereum address are all zero, so this is obviously an invalid Ethereum address, which I'm going to share. So again, the OIDC SIOP presentation protocol is run, and here you see the result. Although the signatures were valid, the custom policy Ethereum address verification was false, and so there is no authenticated session established. Yeah, and the policies, they are maintained in the core from the OIDC SSI stack, but you can easily extend them. For instance, this is Ethereum address verification. This is just running in the scope of this Gaia-X portal. So you could also add another policy, for instance, to check against a domain name certificate or some other databases that you want to verify the data against before establishing the session. Last but not least, I want to show you the GitHub repository where this is hosted. It is at GitHub/Gaia-X-VaultID. And here is the portal that I showed you, the front end. And there's also the backend where the verifier is run and maintained. And there is also a section for the documentation. So yeah, I hope this was helpful, and just get in touch with us in case of any further questions. All the best.